Welcome to Superstructures. Picture this. You're in the scorching hot western Egyptian desert, parched and desperate. Then, out of nowhere, a massive green oasis appears on the horizon. But here's the thing. Your 2023 map clearly marks this area as an arid desert stretching 200 kilometers in all directions. That's precisely what Egypt is undertaking to the southwest of Cairo, an extraordinary river project. It's colossal and will happen in several stages. The first phase is set to finish by 2025 at the latest. It will transform almost 6,000 square kilometers of desert into an enormous mega farm. This farm will include hundreds of kilometers of new roads, places for people to live, 2 power stations, the world's largest wastewater treatment plant, and the longest artificial river. The second phase, expected to be done by 2030, will double the size of this reclaimed area to 12,000 square kilometers. It's essential to note that we say reclaimed because the land is naturally fertile. It just needs water and sustainable farming practices to thrive. Now the big question is, why is Egypt investing billions in this project when they already have the incredible Nile River? And how are they accomplishing this impressive mega project in only 3 years instead of the expected 10? Egypt is facing a dire and life-threatening issue. It doesn't have enough water to support its rapidly growing population, which is expected to reach 115 million people in 2024. Additionally, it struggles to keep 16% of its fertile land irrigated and productive. In recent years, Egypt has resorted to water rationing and even transporting water by trucks to many remote areas. The United Nations has warned that Egypt has one of the most severe water shortages in Africa, and it could completely run out of usable water by 2025. Adding to this crisis is the construction of the Renaissance Dam in Ethiopia, located near its border with Sudan. While Ethiopia built the dam to generate electricity, it's severely affecting the flow of the Blue Nile River into Sudan and, more significantly, Egypt. This massive dam poses such a grave threat to Egypt's water security that it nearly led to a war between the two nations. Moreover, its location right on the border raises concerns for Sudan and Egypt. If the dam were to collapse, it could cause extensive damage in these two countries, while Ethiopia would experience minimal to no harm. Indeed, one of the motivations behind Egypt's new Delta project is to prepare for potential catastrophes, particularly in case the Renaissance Dam in Ethiopia were to collapse. The project is intricately connected to the Nile River through gates and tunnels, designed to absorb any sudden and significant rises in the Nile's water levels. This proactive approach aims to prevent the inundation of the northern parts of Egypt, where the majority of Egyptians reside, including densely populated areas like Greater Cairo, which is home to 22.2 million people. Egypt is grappling with the challenges of climate change and escalating desertification. While up to 20% of the country's land is suitable for agriculture, only 5% of it is utilized, due to water scarcity and the immense pressure on water resources. These factors underscore the urgency of Egypt's efforts to secure its water supply and adapt to changing environmental conditions. Egypt's current status as the world's largest wheat importer, the second largest yellow corn importer, and the fifth largest cooking oil importer underscores a concerning reliance on food imports. In a more ideal scenario, Egypt should be a net exporter of these essential commodities. The country's agricultural sector is of immense significance, contributing 14% to its gross domestic product, generating 28% of available job opportunities, and employing 55% of the rural population. For millions of Egyptian families, agriculture, livestock farming, and food industries serve as their primary sources of income. This underscores the crucial importance of the new Delta project, which holds the potential to provide a reliable and secure source of income for 5 million families. Furthermore, the project is set to create employment opportunities for over 20,000 recent graduates, who will be engaged in various roles related to power stations, water infrastructure, wastewater treatment plants, and other engineering and administrative positions linked to the project's operations. Contrary to common belief, the primary goal of the new Delta project isn't to utilize Nile River water for irrigation. Instead, it adopts a forward-thinking approach. focusing on recycling wastewater from residential, commercial, and agricultural sources. This is facilitated through the El Hammam water treatment plant, which is expected to provide an impressive 7.5 million cubic meters of water daily. Additional water resources will be tapped from 2 other wastewater treatment facilities located near Giza's 6th of October city. Notably, the project does not include the construction of costly seawater desalination plants. Instead, it maintains a connection to the Nile River, primarily for emergency situations. It's important to note that the exceptionally long artificial river, anticipated to supply around 10 million cubic meters of water daily, is situated at an elevation higher than that of the Nile River. This means it cannot naturally feed into the Nile's flow unless the water levels in the Nile rise by several meters, prompting the activation of large emergency gates to regulate the excess water. This monumental project, spanning extensive expanses of farmland, has been in the planning stages since 2006. The extensive research required for such an endeavor, coupled with the need for a reliable and secure water source in a region where water is exceedingly scarce, made the planning phase a lengthy and meticulous process. Remarkably, the project appears to be progressing well, staying on schedule and within budget. The project is located in the El Daba Axis area, which was predominantly desert terrain prior to the project's inception. A single major highway, running parallel to it, fortunately connects to both Alexandria's northern airport and Cairo's international airport, facilitating transportation and access to the region. One of the most captivating aspects of this project is the construction of a 114-kilometer-long artificial river, often hailed as the world's longest, with an average width of approximately 70 meters or more. In reality, this river spans 170 kilometers when considering its connection to a new canal that supplies the El Hammam treatment plant, subsequently providing fresh water to the lengthy artificial river. This remarkable artificial river system comprises 148 kilometers of open concrete canals, 22 kilometers of underground pipelines boasting diameters of up to 3 meters, 15 lift stations to accommodate variations in terrain height, 39 bridges catering to both vehicular and pedestrian traffic spanning the primary river and open diversions, as well as engineered ground-level reservoirs. The El Hammam treatment plant is a colossal facility and holds the title of being the world's largest triple treatment plant designed for agricultural wastewater. It's comprised of 3 distinct treatment units, and each of these units can produce an astonishing 2.5 million cubic meters of treated water daily. In addition to this, the underground reservoirs integrated into the project are nothing short of monumental. A vast reservoir of underground water has been discovered beneath the western desert of Egypt, plunging to depths exceeding 2,000 meters. This mammoth underground reservoir feeds shallower reservoirs, ranging from depths of 100 to 400 meters, with varying thicknesses extending from 120 to 900 meters. This extensive underground water source will be harnessed through more than 100 wells, collectively contributing up to 2.5 million cubic meters of fresh underground water daily to sustain the project. The new Delta project has the potential to transform Egypt into a major exporter of food commodities and food products, effectively restoring its status as a net exporter. This ambitious undertaking has already attracted the attention of multinational corporations from China and other regions, paving the way for future growth and expansion. It's worth noting that a project of this magnitude would likely incur a cost of around $50 billion in a place like America or Europe. However, Egypt has ingeniously devised efficient and sustainable methods to bring this vision to life at a fraction of a cost. The lower costs of labor and materials in Egypt play a significant role in explaining the project's budget of $5.2 billion. Thank you for watching! If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Superstructures. We also value your feedback, so feel free to leave us a comment below. Stay tuned for more fascinating content in our next video. Thanks for being a part of our community.